Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Ken Mikulec. I'm with Badger Popcorn and Concession Supply. I think I'm supposed to say that for Joe, so everybody knows. And these are your gold, also made by Gold Medal Products in Cincinnati. Same company who made your, your popcorn machine. And this is a popcorn warmer. This is a model 2002 popcorn warmer. I wanted to show you a few things on here. First of all, the doors that are on here, these are made out of Lexan. And so if you want to clean these, you want to always use a non-ammoniated glass cleaner. So we sell a product called Watchdog Glass Cleaner, which is an alcohol-based product. You always want to use an alcohol-based product on any Lexan. If you use ammonia, that is not food grade. It's also an astringent. It dries things out. So you would notice that Lexan or glass gets kind of a whiting on it. You'd start getting cracks as it dries out. So you could use water and soap, although I don't like that because that smell can get into the unit. I like just using an alcohol-based cleaner. So you can clean the doors with alcohol-based cleaners on this, and the same thing on your popcorn machines that you have, the 3/16-ounce poppers. Doors just lift off on a Gold Medal unit. So you'll notice this is an open top hinge. They're a little tight when they're right out of the box, but these will also lift off so that you could take these to a to a sink or to another area to clean those. So the doors come right off of there. You can open my other door. There is a tray at the bottom that you'll want to empty out periodically, because when we set popcorn in here, you guys are probably familiar. Sometimes people spill or they overfill a container. If you're using the bags, I know the Bradley Center and the Bucks have used our 130-ounce Eco Select bags, so bags can sometimes get a little tippy. So these are adjustable shelves that are on here. You guys can adjust these to the height that you want. So you're typically going to put popcorn on here, and you could set popcorn down on the bottom as well. So the heat all comes from the top over there. You can set things down here. So 3 levels of ability to pop popcorn, and you can set popcorn on here. When you want to adjust these guys just lift up. You can probably see, and they move inside of the cabinet. It can be a little tough, but those are going to slide out of there. And then you'll just see that they're pivoted and that you can slide them back in to their spots just like so. So it can be a little bit of a tough spot, but those will slide up and down inside of it. That's pretty good spacing. If you have 85 and 130s, that should be the gap right there, 4 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 spots up, 1, 2, 3, 4 spots up. That's a typical setup, but if you have to move that, you can. You can, at the end of an event, as well as taking out that unpopped kernel tray, take these trays out of here as well. You're usually going to find popcorn down there. So you can remove those. And what I like to do is you can slide this guy out, or if this is at the edge of a counter, you can push all of your unpopped kernels, push everything right out through the front and right into your unpopped kernel tray or into a garbage can. So all you have to do is just wipe that out. Just slide that guy right back into there. Your unpopped kernel tray. Put your bottom tray back into there. Just like so. You'll see that they're oriented. You can't put them in wrong. If I reversed it, it just wouldn't fit. So these are just going to slide in just like so. Put my door back on. Observation on the cabinet I'll make here. This is a lighted sign on here, and this is my first control switch. It's all the way on the left. It's the light, and these are LED lights. These domes are reversible. If you happen to have an application where you're serving on this side and it's on a front counter, and if my customers are on the other side, I can take these 2 bolts right here, would come off of here. The dome can be lifted, reversed, set down, and re-secured, by the bolts. So again, if your customer is going to see the door, if this is on a back counter, you'd have it oriented just like this. This was going to be on a front counter with the customer on the other side. We can reverse the dome. So the harness that goes to the LED lights has enough cord for you to swivel it around. On the top of it, there's also you'd also need a Phillips head screwdriver. There's just 2 little slider panels that you would loosen up so that when you slide it over the 2 motors, when you reverse it, you just move them and then it should reseat itself. So I just wanted to make that observation to you. And then I simply have 2 switches in here. There's a left-hand side warmer, and you'll notice that when I turn that one on, that's going to start the intake air here. It's going to exhaust hot air out through the top here. So that's blowing hot air around. Typically speaking, when you have the units running, you have both switches on. So you would have them both on. So again, air intake, when the doors are closed, you'll notice there's never a hermetic seal. It's able to suck air in on the edges, goes up through the bottom, blows the hot air around, and so that's moving nice, hot air around there, so you guys can hold your popcorn in there. If you had popcorn left at the end of an event, you can empty it out. You don't have to do that. You could leave popcorn in there, and when you came back for the next event, turn that light and warmer on, and boy, I'd give it a good 20 to 30 minutes. That popcorn would be nice and fresh and dry and crispy. So, popcorn just needs a nice, dry, humid, a non-humidified environment, nice, dry air. So when I turn those switches on, that's exactly what I get in here is nice, dry, arid air. And the popcorn that I would have in there, boy, half hour later, you'd have a hard time telling that between that and a fresh pop product. So many movie theaters do that. So popcorn is a product that you can leave into a display cabinet like this. Just turn it on and off. So you can put your packaged product, leave your packaged product in there, and just fire it up for the next event. So at the end of the event, just shut those off. And if you're filling it with product, turn it on for about 5 minutes and let it get a little warmed up, and then you can add your fresh popcorn to there. But these are great warmers, and they will do a nice job of giving your customer a really fresh, crispy popcorn.